Welcome to the hackathon. I'm your lead dev for this explainer on the ASNI level Arabic Paper 2 mainframe. Look, as a former senior examiner, I can tell you right now that this 1 hour and 45-minute reading and writing paper is basically the most misunderstood architecture in the entire syllabus. A lot of people treat it like a simple translation test. Huge mistake. It actually requires a highly structured, almost algorithmic approach. Today, we're treating your essay like a piece of software, and we're going to crack the code to secure maximum marks. Let's initialize. To understand where the system crashes, let's look at the principal hurdle blocking candidates from top-tier marks. The principal examiner report literally states, the classic mistake is providing generic answers not specific to the question context. Think of it like this. We have two typical coders taking this exam. You've got Dev Alex, who is incredible at raw data inputs, memorizing the whole text, but constantly causes memory leaks by just dumping information without targeted analysis. Then we have Dev Sam. Sam is great at setting up logical loops, but completely fails the syntax precision rules of the actual prompt. If your analysis doesn't fit the strict rules of the specific scenario, the examiner firewall will block your marks. It's really that simple. So here is our 4-part command matrix for today. First, we'll decode the Paper 2 requirements. Second, we'll run the method mark strategy. Third, mastering critical analysis. And finally, we'll be debugging the top examiner traps. All right, part 1, decoding Paper 2 requirements. Think of this as our theoretical architecture. The absolute core principle you need to understand is that the Cambridge Assessment Framework prioritizes analytical depth over superficial breadth. It is absolutely not about how much raw data you can output onto the page. No, it's about the precision, the quality, and the structure of your analysis. It's about writing clean, optimized code that the examiner can process efficiently. The syllabus heavily emphasizes this idea of conceptual understanding. What does that actually mean in practice? Well, it means a connected mastery of fundamental principles that you can transfer to completely unfamiliar contexts. Examiners aggressively reward candidates who can reference causal relationships and build cross-topic connections within the Arabic texts. You aren't just reciting a database of facts, you're demonstrating how different themes and modules function together as an entire connected ecosystem. Let's move to part 2, the method mark strategy. This is where we shift our focus to how you practically capture those process marks through a strict procedural framework. Look, examiners award marks for your analytical working, step by step. It's like showing your logical loops. You have to display your background processes clearly if you want the full score. Here is the exact pseudocode sequence you need to run for every complex, multi-part problem on this paper. Step 1, identify the key elements from the Arabic texts and tables. Step 2, apply the relevant syllabus principles. Step 3, execute your analysis with completely clear, visible working. Step 4, verify your results against the exact context of the specific question. And Step 5, present it all in the correct format. This systematic processing ensures you extract the exact right data without throwing any logic errors mid-exam. And this builds directly into your actual output presentation, following strict conventions like proper headings, correct Arabic terminology, appropriate formats, and clear annotation. These aren't just pretty aesthetic choices, they are technical, professional syntax rules that directly earn you marks. Your paragraph structure needs to be instantly readable and completely logical to clear the examiner's firewall on the first pass. Entering part 3, mastering critical analysis. This takes us way beyond a superficial read of the text. Top-scoring candidates act as system evaluators. They actively question assumptions rather than just accepting the source material at face value. Now, before we compile this next patch to secure your maximum marks, I need you to optimize your system feed. Subscribe to Ace the Exams at Ace the Exams right now and turn on all notifications for our weekly system updates. Seriously, do it right now so you don't miss a thing. Okay, system updated? Let's resume. Let's say our developers encounter a logic error mid-argument. How do they optimize their paragraph? Well, consider how you extract trends. A basic analysis just identifies similarities. Critical analysis, on the other hand, requires identifying similarities and differences, all backed by concrete evidence from the passage. To instantly debug and upgrade your paragraph structure, you need to deploy the Peel syntax: point, evidence, explain, link. Contrast your points explicitly. Show the examiner exactly where the two viewpoints in the Arabic text diverge. Welcome to the interactive beta testing arena. The crucial point here is how you evaluate the quality of the evidence you've extracted from the data. When you audit an Arabic source text, identify its limitations. What is the author leaving out? Uncover the implicit assumptions being made in the background. And always provide alternative interpretations. Running this kind of audit on your evidence is what justifies your analytical decisions and makes your reasoning completely bulletproof. Now for a quick code review. Before we move on, I want you to run a self-audit and ask yourself, are you answering the specific scenario, or are you just repeating memorized facts like Dev Alex? Pause and reflect on that for a second. If you aren't filtering your knowledge through the specific, narrow context of the prompt, you are walking straight into a trap. This is exactly where the system crashes, and a lot of students experience a critical failure in the exam hall. Which brings us perfectly to part 4. Top examiner traps, or what I call the minefield. Putting my senior examiner lead dev hat back on, I need to warn you about the absolute most common ways candidates leak critical marks during that 1 hour and 45-minute deployment window. Here are the top 3 fatal errors pulled straight from the principal examiner reports. 1. Using the wrong approach for the context. 2. Forgetting to check format and presentation. And 3. Providing generic, non-specific answers. This last one, that is the ultimate system failure. Even if you write a brilliant, eloquent essay in perfect Arabic, if it ignores the prompt's parameters, it will score a 0. Do not ignore the context. The firewall will block it. To optimize your timing and bypass those traps, you need a cheat sheet architecture. Memorize this framework, IAEVP. Identify, apply, execute, verify, present. Literally write it at the top of your scratch paper the exact second the exam timer starts. It ensures you systematically process every single multi-part problem without ever losing track of your sequence. It keeps your code clean. You now have the insider methodology, the fully compiled code. The choice is yours. Will your next answer be a generic summary or a tightly structured, context-specific analysis? Think about the last practice paper you wrote. Did you actually answer the prompt, or just the prompt you wished was there? The difference is literally the difference between a pass and a top-tier grade. Take these strategies, apply them to a past paper today, and transform your approach. And hey, before you log off, subscribe to AC Exams at Ace the Exams, click the bell, and leave a comment down below with your specific subject and level. Keep optimizing, and I'll see you in the next update.